standing at the grave of Sybil Ludington. The month of April marks the anniversary of both her birthday and her most famous contribution to history. She was the daughter of a successful farmer in our area who also owned a mill. She would have helped with the farm work as well as raising her siblings. She may have even traveled the area with her father in his work. During the Revolutionary War, the Hudson Valley was considered the no man's land. That meant neither the British nor the Americans had a lot of control of the area, but skirmishes could break out quite often. There were also groups known as cowboys and skinners, who were largely bandits. The cowboys supposedly supplied the British with stolen cattle from the local farms, while the skinners fought against the cowboys in support of the patriots. In general, they were considered dangerous people who could likely rob just about anyone, their homes, or while they were out traveling. And this was the environment in which Sybil Ludington was growing up. Sybil's father, Henry Ludington, became a colonel in the militia fighting against the British. His regiment interrupted British supply lines and fought against the cowboys, enough that the British put a 300 guinea reward on his capture, dead or alive. This meant that Sybil knew her home could be the target of bounty hunters. Sybil was the oldest of 12 children. Her parents, Henry and Abigail, remained married until Henry's death in 1817. His wife Abigail died 8 years later, leaving behind most of their children. On the night of April 26, 1777, the Ludington household was awoken in the middle of the night. A messenger came with urgent news that the British were attacking and burning the town of Danbury, Connecticut, and Ludington's regiment were needed to help fight them off. Most of the regiment had gone home in order to work on their own farms for the planting season, meaning someone would have to go out and get each of them to rally them. The messenger that brought the news was already exhausted from his ride to the Ludington home, and Colonel Ludington was needed to be there to organize and lead the men immediately, so he could not go and gather them either. It was decided that 16-year-old Sybil Ludington would ride out to the men's homes and call them to march. Sybil set out to gather the men of her father's regiment. She would have been riding horseback in woods just like these, only on the night of April 26th it was downpouring rain. She rode 40 miles. To give you an idea of that length, Paul Revere's famous ride was only 12 and a half miles. She needed to travel quickly. Instead of stopping door to door, talking to each man individually, she might have carried a stick, knocking on trees and fence posts, shouting the alarm.
The dark and rain did not make Sybil's task any easier, but remember that this was the no man's land, filled with cowboys and skinners who ordinarily attacked travelers. The bad conditions may have helped deter them, but still the journey was long and through very difficult terrain, meaning Sybil had a great task ahead of her.
After the war, Sybil married Edmund Ogden and had one son with him. She then lived out the remainder of her life here until the age of 77 and died in the year 1839.
Today, Sybil Ludington's ride is memorialized in markers along her route, as well as this statue, which stands on the shore of Lake Lenida in Carmel, New York. It was sculpted by Anna Hyatt Huntington and erected in 1961. The statue is a testament to women's history in multiple ways. Not only does it celebrate Sybil's contribution to the Revolution, but Huntington was one of very few women who were recognized as professional artists when the statue was erected. Her talent for depicting movement and emotion in particular made her the perfect choice to capture a sense of Sybil in action, reminding viewers of the urgency of her task and incredible courage and determination.